Dyslexic genius here. What I'm going to talk about is a Puritan governor. We're doing a Puritan phonograph. But I want to talk about this little nipple piece right here. See this little piece of metal coming out of the top of the weight? It'll affect the governor when running. It'll put it a little bit out of balance. And it looks bad. It's more cosmetic. So what happens is in machining process, you have a cutting tool that cuts across here, cuts the metal. But the tool was set too low. It wasn't centered, so it runs underneath, and it causes that. So to get rid of this piece, you could snip it off with a pair of dikes, try to wiggle it off with a pair of needle nose pliers or something, or you can just hit the belt sander. Once you hit the belt sander, or however you get it down, you'll still have a little bit. So what you do is you'll take some 320 grit sandpaper on a hard surface, like the anvil of a vise or something, and you'll just go around it in little circles like that, and it'll flatten it right out. You want to push straight down so you don't wobble it like that. And that's what I had to do to this one. Also, these are like Edison weights, and a lot of phonographs have these rivets in them, and you always want to just set that up on your anvil of a vise or a hard surface and just give them a couple of whacks to make sure that it's seated and nothing's loose. It could feel like this loose, but it could possibly pull out, and you don't want to come back and have to rebuild your governor down the road. The other thing on this Puritan is the flywheel looks very, very good. It's a good shape, but the tubing part here, this back piece, all governors have this. This is very, very thin brass, extremely thin. And in polishing, when you chuck it into your drill or you use your lathe, you don't want to chuck it in real tight because you risk crushing this or deforming this when it goes on to the spindle shaft. So you want to be really gentle with that. The other thing is on all governors, including this Puritan, you want to polish out the governor shaft, and you want to make sure that this spins freely like this, so when you crank the motor up, this is free to come back and expand the weights to make the motor run. It helps the motor come up to speed quicker. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and that's my tip for the day.